The night the message arrived, Amara was standing alone beneath a sky that didn't feel ordinary anymore. She had always loved the stars. Ever since she was a child, she felt they were more than distant lights. They felt like memories. That evening, the air was still, and the world seemed to pause with her. The noise of the city behind her faded into silence, and for a moment, she felt suspended between two lives, the one she knew and the one waiting for her. Amara didn't know why she felt different, but she knew she wasn't the same. "Why do I feel like I don't belong here?" she whispered. "You belong," a voice said softly behind her. She turned. A man stood there, though she hadn't heard him approach. His name was Orion. She didn't know how she knew that. She just did. His eyes held a calmness that made her heart steady. Not excitement, not fear, recognition. As if her soul had been waiting. "I've been looking for you," he said. Amara frowned slightly. "Do I know you?" Orion smiled gently. "Not in this life." Those words should have sounded strange. But they didn't. Instead, they felt like truth. Days passed, and Orion became part of her world as if he had always been there. They walked together beneath sunrise skies and sat in silence under silver moons. They talked about everything. And nothing. With him, she didn't need to pretend. One evening, as golden light spilled across the horizon, Orion looked at her with quiet intensity. "Amara," he said, "have you ever felt like you came here for a reason?" She hesitated. "Yes." He nodded. "You did." Her breath caught. "What do you mean?" He looked up at the stars. "You are a starseed of Gaia." The words echoed inside her. She didn't understand them, but her heart did. Orion explained that starseeds were souls who carried light. Souls who had lived beyond Earth. Souls who came here to help the world remember itself. "You came here to transform," he said. Amara felt both wonder and fear. "Why can't I remember?" "You will," he said. "When the time comes." As days turned into weeks, something inside her began to change. She noticed beauty in places she had overlooked. She felt emotions more deeply. She sensed thoughts before words were spoken. And she began to dream. Dreams of distant worlds. Dreams of standing beside Orion beneath unfamiliar skies. Dreams where she wasn't searching, because she had already become. One night, she woke suddenly. Her room glowed with soft blue light. Her heart raced. She stepped outside. Orion was there, waiting. "They're here," he said gently. "Who?" "The Pleiadians." She didn't see anyone, but she felt them. Warmth, peace, love. Not around her, within her. "They want you to remember," Orion said. "Remember what?" He stepped closer. "Who you will become." Suddenly, images filled her mind. She saw herself standing tall, her eyes filled with light. She saw herself helping others awaken. She saw herself smiling with a confidence she had never known. She saw herself whole. Tears streamed down her face. "That's me?" Orion nodded. "That is your future self." She trembled. "I look different." "You are different." Amara began to understand. She had spent her life feeling incomplete. Searching. Waiting. But she wasn't broken. She was becoming. And Orion, he wasn't just someone she met. He was someone who remembered her before she remembered herself. "Why did you come for me?" she asked him one evening. He was quiet for a moment. Then he answered, "Because I love you." Her breath stopped. Not because of surprise, but because she felt it too. Not the kind of love built in moments. The kind that existed before moments. The kind that didn't need beginnings. "I've loved you across lifetimes," he said. Her heart understood, even if her mind struggled. Their love wasn't loud. It was steady. They didn't need promises, because their souls already carried them. They walked together as equals, as mirrors, as destiny. But change brings fear. One night, Amara looked at Orion with tears in her eyes. "What if I lose myself?" He shook his head gently. "You won't lose yourself." He placed his hand over her heart. "You will find yourself." The transformation wasn't instant. It came in quiet realizations. She stopped doubting her worth. She stopped hiding her light. She stopped pretending to be smaller. And every day, she became more of who she was meant to be. One evening, as they stood beneath the stars, Orion spoke again. Soon, you won't recognize yourself. She felt fear, but also excitement. Will you still recognize me? She asked softly. He smiled. I will always recognize you. Time passed. And one morning, Amara woke with a strange calm. She looked in the mirror. She looked the same. And yet, she wasn't. Her eyes held certainty. Her heart held peace. She didn't feel lost anymore. She felt present. Alive. Awake. She ran outside. Orion was waiting. You see it now, he said. She nodded. I do. He stepped closer. You became her. She smiled through tears. I became myself. The Pleiadians had revealed the truth. Not by changing her, but by helping her remember. She was never meant to stay the person she had been. She was meant to grow. To rise. To shine. Was I always going to meet you? She asked. Orion nodded. Yes. Why? He looked at her as if the answer was simple. Because love is part of your awakening. Amara realized something then. Love wasn't there to complete her. It was there to remind her she was already complete. Orion didn't give her light. He helped her see her own. Years later, Amara stood beneath the same sky where it all began. But she wasn't the same woman. She was stronger, wiser, whole. She helped others now, guided them, reminded them, just as Orion had done for her. One night, she asked him, was this always our purpose? He smiled. Yes. She leaned her head against his shoulder. And this is